Thank you for the resub. Thank you. I'm a little sluggish today. I'm a little like, hi, you're on top of my head.
I am. I'm on top of things.
With an egg. I was
Why
trying
is there an
to
egg?
I was trying to make you sit on the egg because I thought it was funny, but it did not want to track right. See, even the egg is still like just doing whatever the hell it wants up there. Like you're fine. You're behaving. The egg is like I don't know what's up with the egg. So anyway, everybody's slipping and sliding on top of my head. Yeah, slippery, exactly. Oh my gosh. Guys, the reason we're starting late is because I was having ye old anxiety attack for no reason, which I tend to have this time of year. It's probably because I got that convention coming up and I'm stressed about it at all times, but it's okay. I got a lot of work to do, and they're putting out some work I did tonight, and I'm nervous about it, but I will probably be asleep by the time it goes out. Oh, but I did find out a nice thing the other day, and that's that one of my favorite fan artists drew me. They did a thing and they were like, let me draw your OCs, everybody. And it was like back in like March or April. And like I put myself in there and I was like, you know, if you got a minute, that would be cool and stuff. But I did not expect them to do it, and I did not check back because they were on Twitter. I didn't check back after, like I checked back like the next day, but it wasn't up yet, so then I didn't check back again. But then they posted sketches of everybody that they did, and they drew me, and it was really nice.
You did it.
It was really nice. It looked very pretty. Yeah. But that's... why am I winking again? This thing is just dead set on me winking. It's my left, right. It's my eye. My wrong eye. It's all good. Anyway, hello, welcome back to Ace Attorney. We're in prison again. Except not. We're not in prison. Van Zeeks is. Are we shocked? Not really. Was it still pretty juicy twist? Yes. Yes, it was. I thought it was pretty interesting.
I think too.
And I think the most interesting thing about this case is that we haven't learned shit about anything.
Yeah.
We have done nothing. We have learned nothing. And that's okay. We got told to see them in court tomorrow. We did a little investigating, and then they were like, bye! Get out! So, yeah. Also, Gregson is dead. I'm just getting all the spoilers out of the way at the beginning of the stream.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, just get all those spoilers out. Stop thinking I'm winking. Stop it. Is it because there's a glare on my glasses? I don't know. I mean, what glasses? I'm not wearing glasses. Gosh. I'm not wearing glasses. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm wearing glasses. It's my glare. I'm sorry.
It's the glare from the exceptions making me wink. Because it's so bright. You're so bright. You're so shiny. Well, that's okay. I forgive you. I do. But it is time. Let's see where we're at. Are you ready to continue? Are you excited?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to go back and research voices.
Oh, yeah. Well, on the plus side, you don't have to voice Gregson.
That is true.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible. And my voice is kind of shot, so the second Iris shows up, I'm screwed. But, you know, whatever.
Don't worry, this is the trial section. I think you'll be okay.
Iris, stay out of the courtroom. You're too young to see this. Okay. Oh, wait, let me...
Go take a nap in the gallery.
Go take a nap. No, don't. You'll see all the gruesome evidence. Too young for that. Just write the stories about it. Don't actually look at it. But yes, I am Ascella. Hello, everyone. This is Exception with me, and we are playing Ace Attorney. Great Ace Attorney. The second of the great Ace Attorneys. And we are in the fourth case. And we are about to go to trial, even though we got to look at precisely nothing in the investigation. We are so in the dark on this case. Like, it's going for the full dramatic twists on this one. Like, we're fully in the dark. That's why I was like, we're really doing the trial today? Because, like, we don't know anything. But, you know, it's all good.
That's just how it goes in court.
I guess so. Nobody's going to tell us nothing. "8:56 a.m. Defendant's antechamber." Okay, here we go. Also, spoilers, guys. Get out if you want to leave. Okay.
Yeah.
Get out, Pianui, if you're here. Get out. Even though you've been banned.
Here. Yeah.
There's that old familiar feeling again. The crushing pressure of this historic courthouse. Actually, no. It's a little different today. There's an even more menacing tension in the air. There is a menacing tension in the air here today, isn't there? I suppose. Yes, I think so. Because you were thinking out loud again. Hello? It can only be the result of the menacing appearance of the defendant.
Wow, rude. A little more courtesy, if you please.
Now. Oh my. I do apologize.
However, you're certainly not mistaken that this trial is far from ordinary.
You're being set up, my dude. What do you mean?
I'm not privy to the details, however.
However?
I understand that no jury has been selected.
Oh, great! It's a closed trial. Just what we always wanted. Just what we always wanted for justice's sake. 'Cause that's never gone wrong. Never. A trial without a jury. Well, that's just like the trial of the professor 10 years ago. A closed court. That's what I just said. Oh, hi. It's not that closed.
Good morning, my dear fellows.
It's just not that closed, is it? Mr. Sholmes, your hair's not blue or red anymore.
You made note of my hair, Mr. Narnhoda. An outright victory for science, you must agree.
I must agree, in fact. To be perfectly honest, so much happened yesterday that, well, I completely forgot about your little hair problem.
What the one man is a little hair problem. Is to another a day of drinking dubious potion after dubious potion.
At least he knows enough to call them dubious, even though they're his potions. Like, little self-awareness there.
You have no idea how my stomach ails me this morning.
Get over it. Oh dear. How awful for you.
I'm afraid you only have yourself to... Oh, sorry. Dang it.
That's me.
Dang it.
I just let you go. I noticed and I just let you go. It's all good. I'm sure I'll do that at least once.
I only have myself to blame.
Mr. Sholmes.
No.
I'm afraid you only have yourself to blame, Mr. Sholmes.
And good morning to you, Mr. Reaper. I'm delighted to see you looking so full of vim.
Vim. What a good word.
And you. I see London's celebrated great detective is as active as ever.
Do you mean that? I don't think you mean that.
Oh, you exaggerate, my dear fellow, compared to my paltry engagements with a few trivial cases. The Reaper's overbearing presence is a far greater deterrent to the black roots of crime in our capital.
Sure.
And whilst I may not agree with your methods, there is at least one point on which I would readily commend you.
Sholmes, shut up.
What an honor. And that would be your eye for a good lawyer, sir.
Oh, he's gonna kill you in your sleep, Sholmes, and you're gonna deserve it. I can't blame him for this one. Mr. Sholmes!
After all, behind this lawyer there is a very great mind. My own.
Ah. Now we come to the real part. The self-aggrandizement.
What are you trying to say?
Well, we're gonna have a logic and reasoning spectacular in the next 4 minutes before your trial starts.
I wish only to say that you should be prepared for quite a trial, Mr. Reaper.
Oh, this is about to be fucked up, isn't it? This is about to be so messed up. Uh-oh. I wonder who this is.
I am uncertain. I don't remember.
I'll click and find out. Oh.
Oh, sorry to barge in.
Maybe that was Gina.
I don't think Gina would say sorry to barge in.
Oh, that's probably true. Gina? What's that on her arm? It's a mourning band, I suppose. Father, shouldn't you be at the symposium?
Been postponed, so I have some free time.
Oh, boy.
I decided to come along with the police inspector to see our country's up-and-coming student in action.
Oh, God. Oh, God, I don't like this.
I shall be very interested to see the fruits of your studies over the past year.
Well, it's an honor to have you here. Let's hope there are some fruits to see. Poor Gina. Odo. Oh. Yes, Gina. Why'd you agree to this, eh? Why'd you take him on? This Reaper bloke. Everyone says it was him. What killed the boss? I'm sorry, Gina. But I just don't believe that. Well, if it weren't him, who was it? I don't know that. Yet. I don't care who calls him what. The Reaper's just a name. He's just a person at the end of the day. And if it turns out it was him what killed the boss, then God help him.
Fiery eyes indeed. Yes, the culprit deserves every ounce of your loathing.
Eh?
At least that may be some solace to the deceased.
Oh, Gina. Please, Odo. Get whoever did this for the boss. Oh, Gina. I ain't feeling this useless, but there's nothing I can do. So you've gotta find who done this and make the wretch pay.
Counsel for the defense and the defendant.
Yeah.
Court will be in session shortly. Make your way to the courtroom at once, please.
How about at second? No?
At like 6.
Yeah. All right, then. Here we go. It's time, Mr. Naruhodo. Lord Van Zeeks. Gotta tell us what to do, Susato. One who lost his treasured brother to a mass murderer. One who lost his treasured father in a foreign court of law. And one who lost the man who helped her escape destitution. All that misfortune, all that pain, on course to collide headlong in this trial. It's time to shine a light on all these dark events. And whatever truth is revealed, we're going to have to look it straight in the eye. That's not ominous. That's not freaking ominous. Oh! It's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. God, I am voicing 99% of this court. Awesome. Here we go. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here to conduct the fair and just trial of the defendant, Barak Van Zeeks. Counsels for the defense and prosecution, are you ready to begin? The defense is ready, my lord. The prosecution is more than ready. Oh, Kazuma-sama. Poor Susato's having the worst day of her life. It's fine. I've been wishing to see you in court again for so long. It feels... But I never pictured it happening like this. I never thought I'd be facing you behind the prosecution's bench. The so-called Reaper of the Bailey has been a scourge like no other, undermining Her Majesty's justice system. Today we must uncover the truth behind this scourge. In other words, this trial is going to be a lot more far-reaching than Inspector Gregson's murder. The truth revealed by these proceedings may have unpredictable repercussions through the judiciary. Accordingly, they are to be conducted as a closed trial, with no members of the public present. By Her Majesty's direct orders. How will that work, my lord? We're changing up the system. Yay! The burden of all arbitration and adjudication falls on my shoulders. Therefore, as you will see, the juror's bench shall remain vacant today. If no members of the public are present, might I ask who is currently occupying the gallery, my lord?
Members of the private.
I guess so. They are members of the judiciary, here to witness proceedings and ensure an equitable trial. Members of the judiciary? Oh my, this is a very unusual trial already. There is, of course, another unprecedented aspect to these proceedings on which I must elaborate. Now what? Okay. The counsels for the prosecution and the defense are both aliens of Great Britain. Gee, thanks. I believe it takes an outsider to see the truth sometimes. And as I stand here in this courtroom now, I'm quite certain This is the reason why I had to come to Britain. Oh god, this is gonna be intense. Jeez. Kazuma. Very well, let us commence proceedings. Prosecutor Asogi, your opening statement, if you please. Damn, he's just handsome. Certainly, my lord.
Get ready. Cosmo's gonna pull some stunts in this trial.
I'm ready. I'm ready. As long as he doesn't, like, throw wine, we're probably okay. The incident took place on 1st November, just after 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The location was a building of flats on Fresno Street, on the outskirts of the city. The victim's body was discovered there in an old single-room rental property. Yes, Inspector Tobias Gregson, a name known very well indeed to this court. Not least for his miraculous resolution of one of this country's grimmest cases. Sorry, I keep yawning today. I don't know what I've been yawning so hard the last 2 days for. Let me try that line again. Not least for his miraculous resolution of one of this country's grimmest cases 10 years ago. The Professor case. How sure are you about the time of the incident? Several witnesses on the street outside heard the gunshot, and all have reported the same time. Yes, that's what Gina told us too. There were a number of witnesses. I have here a plan of the room. Oh yay, a diagram! Yay! The victim was found curled up in one corner. It's believed that he was shot from the front at point-blank range and died instantly. How has the range been determined? There were scorch marks around the entry wound. Such marks are caused by the gunpowder used to fire the bullet. But powder hot enough to leave scorch marks is only ejected a few inches beyond the end of the barrel. In other words, it only happens when the target is at point-blank range. I see, yes. Thank you for the detailed explanation, counsel. Oh boy, autopsy report has been entered into the court record. Alrighty. The murder weapon was found lying beside the victim. And have you managed to ascertain the owner of this firearm? No, my lord, not conclusively. Bravo, Kazuma-sama. For not trying to use the gun as evidence when its provenance can't be proven. Furthermore, my lord, as I've explained, the revolver was fired at extremely close range. The bullet passed through the victim and struck the wall behind him. There's a candelabra mounted to that wall, and the tip of one of the candles in it was found to have been blown off by the projectile. We noticed that too, didn't we? Yes, that's right. Thank you for the thorough report, counsel. The setting of the crime is clear to me. You will submit the plan of the crime scene as evidence, please. As you wish, my lord. Okay, I got the crime scene floor plan. Let's go. Is this Fresno Street room Inspector Gregson's private abode? No, my lord. The room is rented to a Mr. Hugh Boone. What a name. But there is precious little furniture inside, and it is generally in a poor state of repair. So what on earth was Gregson even doing there? Presumably he was investigating some case or other. when a policeman was informed of the gunshot from the witnesses and rushed to the scene. He found only the deceased inspector and the accused standing alongside holding the revolver. The attending officer arrested the accused on the spot. Oh, open and shut case, bye. Sorry, I'm done. So, the details of the case are clear. In that case, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. A name, please, counsel. Naturally, the accused himself. Lord Van Zeeks! As a prosecutor, he believes in the oath of office he's taken, and we will be compelled to tell the truth. Very well, let the defendant take the witness stand. I can't believe we have to cross-examine Van Zeeks. This is crazy. This is crazy. What the flip? Okay, anyway, it's fine. I'll live. So, witness, state your name and occupation for the court.
Baroque Van Zeeks, Old Bailey prosecutor.
Damn, so official. Front-facing Van Zeeks, let's go, indeed. We've unlocked a new spray. Well, I guess we got it a little bit in the previous stuff, but the previous parts of this case, but anyway. Wait, I forgot how to say, oh no. Okay, cool. I presume, Lord Van Zeeks, that you heard Prosecutor Ossosi's opening presses. Is that how you say that? I don't know how you say that.
I believe so, yes.
Cool, well then I've said it right. We're moving on.
At the very least, I agree with you.
Cool.
I did.
This game really likes to use whatever the frickin' words it wants. It's like expand your vocabulary with Great Ace Attorney.
I tried to learn Japanese with Great Ace Attorney. Not Great Ace Attorney, regular attorney. Regular Ace Attorney.
You can't learn... Précis? What? Okay.
What?
Sure, it's précis according to...
Précis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, well, fine. I'm a dumbass and I can't say words. It's fine. It is alleged that you were found at the scene of the crime, and that you were arrested by the arriving police officer. Can you confirm this?
Yes, my lord.
Then I'm sure the court would like to hear you explain some things away. Namely, why you were there in the room on Fresno Street at the time in question. And what exactly took place? Does this man know I love him? Does he know I love him?
I intend to explain away nothing. I will simply tell the truth.
It's about to get crazy! Okay. I must say, Lord Van Zeeks, I never imagined this day would come. Would you stop baiting the witness? That's weird. Or, rather, I didn't want to imagine it would come. But since you became known as the Reaper, a part of me has been dreading it. Okay, sure, clackety clack. Your formal testimony then, witness. What's that movie like? 5 Men and a Baby? That's what's going on in this courtroom right now. Except it's 5 men in Susato. And I'm voicing 90% of them.
I was investigating Gregson, and my inquiries had led me to that address.
Okay.
When I first entered the room that day, it was dark inside and I saw no one. A moment later, I heard the gunshot. I spun around and saw the revolver on the floor. Just as I picked the firearm up to examine it, the door flew open and I heard a man scream. It was only then that the body of Inspector Gregson appeared before me.
Jeez. All right. That testimony was the whole truth.
It was.
So, you heard a shot being fired in a room with no living occupants. And moments later, a corpse somehow appeared before your eyes. Is that it? Stop taking him so literally! You're right. You haven't explained away anything. In fact, that would barely qualify as an excuse. Quit leading the witness.
I thought you were my mute apprentice.
He's like, I liked you better when you were silent.
Yet it turns out you have a way with words, Prosecutor Asogi.
It's like 90% of this trial just gonna be weird sexual tension between Fanzeeks and Kazuma. Like,
Yes.
oh, great! The UST is real. Exciting. Case 4 brings all the Fujoshi to the yard. Okay.
Don't worry, we swap out the tension for other tensions.
Oh,
Like,
more different tension?
we trade in couples. It's good.
The fruits we were promised. Exactly. The fruits of the fruits. It would appear to be a singular tale indeed. Singular isn't the word. It's laughable. What's got into Kazuma? He's not behaving like himself at all. It's the amnesia, buddy. He's still working on shaking it off. He's shaking it off. This is really hurting Susato, though. I'm gonna have to ask her to leave. I can't handle this.
Go be with Iris.
Go have tea. Very well, then. Counsel, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. Me. Okay, here we... Ow! 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 It's fine.
You got the eyes.
Woohoo!
The eyes that-
Woohoo! What were you investigating Gregson about is my question. Let's see if that's the question we ask. Hold it. You were investigating the inspector. What on earth for? A bunch of dots.
At liberty to say.
You are on trial and ain't nobody here cares. You need to speak up. Sorry?
I'd identified a distinct possibility that Gregson was involved in a case I was investigating. Regrettably, though, he was killed before I secure the proof I need.
Is the court to understand, then, that on the day in question, you followed the victim to the scene?
No, I was privy to his movements in advance.
How?
I stole into his office in the yard and consulted his diary.
And that's why he should not have posted it on Tumblr, guys.
The address on Fresno Street was noted in the 5 p.m. entry.
Quit looking at his Google Calendar, that's rude. Okay, Kazuma, you're not in Japan, sweetie. You illegally entered the man's office. In Japan, that alone would constitute a very serious offense. As it does in Great Britain, I assure you. Is that not the case, Lord Van Zeeks?
I was aware of the possible consequences.
He's just like, trespassing is a minor offense. So, wait, why are you talking? This is my cross-examination. Shh, Kazuma, shh. Anyway. It's my cross-examination, not
We're not-
yours. It's fine. So, in summary, you were investigating the victim. And yet, you refuse to tell the court why. He's just having fun tormenting you now, Van Zeeks. This is like a cat with a mouse. Cool. Love that. I didn't realize British prosecutors enjoyed such freedom to choose what to divulge under oath. Ugh. Why did I ever think I could defend this man?
Not going well.
It's not going well. Alright, cool. It was dark inside and you saw no one. Now, logically, if it's dark inside, you can't see, right? But the
Makes
windows
sense to
weren't
me.
fully blacked out. So. And there was a candelabra that should have been burning at the time that continued to burn down. So the room shouldn't have been dark. Hold on, am I getting way ahead of them? I'm getting way ahead of them. Okay, cool. Had you ever been to the address before?
No, never. I only learnt of the place as a result of my investigations into Gregson's activities. There was no light inside when I entered, so it was all but impossible to make out anything.
But at 5 p.m., the sun would have only just gone down. It would have still been reasonably light outside.
The room has a window, but it was boarded shut. Very little light found its way into the room from outside. It was extremely murky inside. I wouldn't have noticed if the victim was already lying on the floor.
There was no artificial light in the room, you say? You're quite sure? I think I'm just Kazuma in this case and not actually Ryunosuke.
I'm quite sure that the part of the room where the body was found was very dark.
Okay.
I have a feeling there was a small oil lamp burning on the desk, though I couldn't say for certain.
Look, Mr. Naruhodo. There is a small desk in the room, just here. Yes, I remember. And there was an oil lamp on it, as well as the framed photograph.
Entered the room, I closed the door behind me and started towards the desk to investigate.
And what did you find?
Nothing. I never actually reached the desk.
I have a feeling there's something happened before you came in the room, my dude. But that's just my gut instinct. So, who fired the gun?
No idea. I didn't see anybody else in the room.
But you say it was very dark in there.
Yes, that's right. All I can tell you is I didn't sense another's presence.
Aha! Then could it be that the gunshot actually originated from somewhere outside the room?
No, that's out of the question.
Oh.
Without doubt, the sound emanated from inside the room. I could smell the gunpowder.
Ugh. This is going from bad to worse. And you say that's the point at which you noticed the revolver on the floor.
Correct. And I foolishly picked it up. That was carelessness on my part.
Presumably then, the gunshot you heard came from the firearm that you somewhat hastily took in your hands.
In point of fact, my lord, I believe it did not.
Here we go. What?
The barrel of the revolver I picked up was cold, and there was no smell of spent powder.
But then, where on earth is the gun that was fired? Good question.
Whilst I would like to oblige you with an answer, I'm afraid I can't. I, too, would be like to know that.
I was gonna say he's no more in the know than we are. On this
Listen, you
one.
at least got to go to the crime scene. I was stuck in a cell.
I mean, you were
I
there
couldn't even
first.
investigate.
You were there first. You were already there. You should have investigated faster. Get good, buddy.
Before the police showed up.
Yeah, GG's. All right. Anyway. Before the police showed up, yes, in the like 30 milliseconds before they arrested your sorry self. Ugh. This is Ryunosuke's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day.
Yeah, it's not getting any better.
No. A man, you say? One of the witnesses, I presume. That's right. One of the street merchants working on Fresno Street. Who are these merchants who can't testify in this closed trial, possibly? I don't know. A number of them had set up their stalls directly beneath the boarded window of the crime scene. A match seller, a newsmonger, and a peddler. They've all given statements saying they heard the gunshot. And without thought of danger, they ran inside to see what had happened. Yes, Gina told us about that yesterday, didn't she? They burst through the door with some force, it would seem.
They did, and almost gave me a heart attack in the process.
But you're supposed to be the Reaper.
The first man to come in immediately noticed the revolver in my hand and fled.
Oh, fair. A policeman patrolling on Fresno Street heard the commotion and was able to arrest the accused shortly after the incident occurred.
Anyway, the man's scream drew my attention in that direction.
Okay. Boo! But he's not in the direction of the door, and the...
It's like a triangle.
Yeah, but... Why would looking at the door, which is to the left of presumably where he was standing, even if he's further back in the room, Gregson's still to the far right, right? Unless he was over by the window. Where was the gun found on the floor? We need to know. Inquiring minds. What do you mean by that? In what way did the body appear?
Honestly, can't explain it, but it's the truth. As far as I was concerned, the body hadn't been there until that point. And then suddenly, there it was.
Did you perhaps hear the sound of the victim falling to the ground just beforehand?
At that moment, what I heard was the sound of the door flying open and the scream of the man who came inside first. Nothing more.
Your chronology is a little wonky, but okay. I see.
After the man fled, I examined the body. I was stunned to find that it was Gregson.
Pianui!
You know, you're being criminal.
Get the hell out of here. Get out of my stream.
Get fully exit.
Get out! We love you.
Stop
Get out.
posting, start ghosting.
Stop posting, start ghosting. That's the
Before
funniest
we
thing
all
you've ever
become
said.
one.
Ah, bye, Pianui. We heart you. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you for the lurk. Okay. Most curious circumstances indeed.
How the inspector was killed, or how his body seemed to appear out of nowhere. I have no idea.
Oh, here he goes.
He's going to war.
He is ready. He's ready to end this trial already. He's like, nah.
He's ready. Get ready.
Yeah, I'm getting. Surely the court has heard enough. Okay. My lord, the cross-examination has clearly revealed that the accused, Barak van Zieks, is lying on multiple fronts.
New theme.
It's going to take a minute to listen to it. Damn. Kind of like this one. Yeah, I like this one. Oh, what is that supposed to mean? Good gracious, counsel! Is that just the peanut gallery?
No, that's the judge still.
Oh. The defendant is lying, you say?
Here we go.
Oh, wait, is the game volume too low? Hold on.
You need more volume?
Why would... Oh, I have it turned down a bit. Hold on. Is that better? Is that too much? Okay.
A bit better or a bit too much?
It's a perf. So
Okay.
this is perfect.
You've entered perf territory.
We have entered perf territory. Territory? I can't talk. In his testimony just now, he claims that he failed to notice the victim's body because the room was dark.
Correct.
No, that's impossible. As proven by this candelabrum. How does that prove anything? If it... Oh no, there's a typo! We made it so far without a typo! Sorry, I'm fine.
Red headband, dead bread man. Or strikes again. If there's one thing Cosmo's not good at, it's being a public speaker. It's canon.
It you examine.
Canon.
It is canon. It you. It you. It you. I don't know why it's so funny. Okay. If you examine the... Stop! I was done laughing!
I need a turn.
Uh-huh. If you examine the tip of the long candle, you can see it has been blown off by a powerful impact. One would assume that the projectile from the firearm passed through the victim and struck the candle. The problem comes when you consider the other two candles, which are clearly of a different length. Yes, I can see that only the candle that appears to have been struck by the bullet is long. We could reasonably expect someone to have lit all three candles together. Which begs the question of why only one has ended up longer than the others. That must be because that particular candle was extinguished when the others were still burning. Ah. That's right. When the candle was hit by the bullet, it obviously went out. But the other two candles would still have been burning. So the fact is, the victim's body would have been illuminated by the light still thrown by the candelabrum. And the accused's claim that he couldn't see the body clearly contradicts those facts. Alright, Van Zeke, stop lying! Damn! It's fine. And now to the next lie. The next lie. There's some more? The accused also claims never to have visited the scene of the crime before.
The truth.
In that almost empty room, the police discovered something very unusual. A board, covered from top to bottom, in police documents and newspaper cuttings. Yes, that's right. We saw it too. It goes without saying that the contents of the police documents cannot be divulged. However, they included a number of reports from various historical cases. The oldest of which was from 10 years ago. 10 years ago? This is starting to sound familiar. And there is a common thread linking all of the documents on that board. Indeed. What is this common thread, Counsel? They all relate to cases prosecuted in court by Barak Van Zieks. What you look so smug for? All of them. And furthermore, all those cases are ones in which the defendant was acquitted. Good Lord! Interestingly, none of those defendants are alive today, because all of them have been sent to their graves by the Reaper. Ah! Oh no! In short, that dingy little room is the Reaper's secret hideout and his base of operations. The Reaper's hideout? And yet the Reaper would claim never to have been to his own secret hideout? No one would believe that. No. The truth is, we've been looking at this backwards. Backwards? Explain, Counsel. Inspector Gregson was investigating the identity of the Reaper. When he discovered the location of the man's secret hideout, he was killed. And did you know people die when they are killed? Just so everybody knows. As I'm sure everyone can imagine, by the Reaper's hand.
Using the Reaper's gun.
The Reaper's actual
Loaded
hand.
with the Reaper's bullet.
Ooh, the back is kind of nice. Sorry, cosplay brain. Or DARS. Anyway. Very well. I hereby state the current opinion of the court. Barak Van Zieks is an outstanding prosecutor who has rendered great service to his country. However, it is with deep regret that I must concur with Prosecutor Asogi's contention that the defendant's testimony exhibits a number of stark inconsistencies with the known facts.
All I have done is state the truth as I know it.
Kazuma's done a brilliant job as ever. He's drawing on his experience as a defense attorney to build his prosecution case, and it's formidable. Counsel, you will submit the board that you just showed the court as evidence. I believe it to be fundamental in establishing the facts surrounding the Reaper's existence. Thank you, my lord. Okay, now we should look at some evidence, I think, for a bit here. And now the prosecution would like to call new witnesses to the stand. witnesses who saw events unfold on the day in question. They were mentioned in the previous testimony too, if you remember. Yes, the street sellers who heard the gunshot and went running into the room. Very well, lead the witnesses in. I want to look at the court record. We're taking a minute. Okay. 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 Did we even look at this one yet? Yeah, okay, we did look at this one. Okay. We looked at the gun. We looked at this. We looked at the wig. Candelabrum we haven't looked... Yeah, we have looked at... Oh, we're in the ad break. It's fine. I can examine things during the ad break. Nobody can stop me.
Examinations aren't canon.
Yeah. Emotional photograph. Autopsy report. Time of death is blank. Okay.
Huh?
Time of death is blank.
They just didn't write it. Time of death.
He didn't die.
Anyway.
He's not dead.
Time of death. Cause of death. We know that one.
I know that one. The victim was shot in the chest at close range from the front, resulting in instant death. Scorch marks at point of entry. The bullet exited the body from behind. The caliber of the gun used matches that of standard issue firearms for members of the judiciary. Okay, we have the autopsy report with no time of death. Love that. Love to see it. We have the diagrams. Not useful yet. Let me out. The board! Let us examine the board. Oh, look! We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute. Why are you not cooperating with me? We'll read the board. Oh, with no background music, I'm dumb. There are details of a whole raft of cases dating back years on here, aren't there? This paper from 10 years ago is browning with age. Look. Out of interest, the most recent thing appears to be this newspaper cutting here. Oh, it's the same red-headed league advertisement that Mr. Sholmes had picked out. And do you remember? There was a red hairpiece at the scene, too. Was Inspector Gregson an exponent of the red-headed league, then? Alright, anything else we can see on the front? Nothing else about the front. Let's look at the back and the bloody handprint. Oh, what's this? Mr. Naruhodo, look! Oh yes, it's a smudge of some kind. In fact, it looks just like a handprint. And the color, that's blood, isn't it? Oh dear, how disturbing. Hey, the details have been updated. Let's go. And I think it's probably all I'm going to get out of this thing. Wee, 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 wee. I'm done. All right, we've looked at the evidence, and we're leading the witnesses in. The defendant may step down from the witness stand. I'm gonna...
Certainly, my lord.
I feel bad for this man suddenly.
I'm getting a drink.
Or two. Oh, God. Are you kidding me? Not you! God, this guy. So, witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court.
Okay, I'll take. Okay, so I've already done Beppo's over there. It's still Beppo. It's totally a Beppo'd individual.
Yep.
Want to just go 50-50 on the rest? I'll take the man with the twisted lip here.
I'll take Red Riding Hood, yeah.
Okay. Hold on, I gotta remember what I planned for this guy's voice.
Sorry, I was drinking water, everybody.
Names. We don't use names. Far too fancy for the likes of us.
We're just free and easy. Sell what we like, live where we want to live.
I give them all a vacant stare as they walk down Fresno and spin a few words into a verse for them.
The judge is like, what's wrong with you people? Would I be right in assuming that all three of you make your living by selling wares on the street?
Everyone calls me gossip. Tell jaunty little tidbits to pass us by, you know.
Jaunty little titbits, he says.
Got an absolute smasher for you, sir. Right up your ginnel it is. 6 pence is the price and not a penny less.
Wait, you're actually trying to sell it to me now?
Oh, come on, sir. Don't tell me you're not interested.
Try the man. Give them the money and see what it is. I can't believe we're bribing the witnesses. Pay the man, counsel. What the hell is this? All right. 6 pence it is.
You won't regret it, sir. Now, got your listening ears on? Just between us, a young couple on Slate Street have just had twins.
That's it. That's the gossip. Cool. Cool story, bro. You're the worst at this. Is that it?
No, that's not it. It's gossip, isn't it? It wants to spread, but that bit's up to you and your mouth, of course. I've got more, you know. Want another juicy one? 6 pence a piece it is, if you're curious.
I am not curious enough, my dude. I am curious, yes, about what's going on just under that fat bottom lip of yours. That's so rude, Ryunosuke! Oh, yeah, the bruise on his neck? Yeah, that is a little conspicuous, isn't it? Namely, that unusual bruise or whatever it is that's poking out from under your collar.
Probably somebody strangled him for having
Bad gossip? Yeah.
gossip.
What about the next witness, then? What name do you go by? And what do you sell? Me? Oh my god, I'm Venus. That's what everyone calls me. Funny, innit? I'm sorry? You sell firecrackers? Girl, what? I sell
Arson.
these lovely little fireworks to all the local school kids. 6 pence a pop. What do you say? You weren't exaggerating with little. Do they actually sell? Oh yeah! The second years can't get enough of my Venus firecrackers. Especially when I tell them that if they get 100, they could blow up the school. Not the most savory of ideas, young lady. What do you say then, eh? You want to part with 6 pence for a pop? This is so weird. This is odd. Wait, what? You want me to buy one? Tell you what, I'll let you in on a little secret. If you get 100 of them, you can blow up the whole courtroom. Cosmo! Try the woman. Give her the money and see if she's right. Pay the woman, counsel. All right, All right, I'll buy one. Lovely stuff. Right then. This is something a bit extra just for you. The Venus Special. Only 600 pence. 600? It's 100 of my regular fireworks. Nothing little about that, is there? That's not 100 on there. And there'd be nothing little about the punishment if I blew up the Old Bailey either. This man's life is pain and suffering. Oh, great! The firecrackers are in the court record. Cool. And the last witness? What name do you go by? And what do you sell?
I'm a thinker, me. Think all sorts of thoughts. I think, therefore I am. I am, therefore I think. I think. Because I stand there on the street, watching the world go on about me, they call me the Observator.
I'm sorry?
Get out of it, old man. Everyone calls you Sandwich and you know it.
Okay. So, you don't actually sell anything.
A problem shared is a problem halved, as they say. I give advice, I do, and think what it means. I don't actually sell anything, no. Come to think of it.
Pity. We're trying to make Reno go broke over there, and you're not helping. Do your part, man.
Strategy.
Do your
Make us
part.
run out of money.
No more purchases today, please. Well, we have quite a cast here, it seems. They conduct their business on Fresno Street from morning until night, my lord. And always in the same place, directly adjacent to the crime scene. I see. And thus they heard the gunshot, I suppose. Not only that, but they very bravely ran inside to see what was going on and witnessed the crime.
Well, I'll be begging, I thought. Just between us.
Venus to Milo, what am I to do? What a terrible thing I saw.
What I think is, if all what we see is light and shadow playing with our eyes, is any of it real?
Okay, sure. Very well. The court will hear the formal testimony of these three witnesses now. This is not how witnesses work. You will describe in detail what you witnessed and heard at the time of the incident.
We saw the whole thing from start to finish, we did. Everything from the moment they went in the building.
It was less than a minute after the Reaper had gone inside that we all heard a big bang.
Seems to me that quick to talk is quick to walk. Gossip couldn't wait to go and see what had happened. I ran into the room and there he was, the Reaper, gun in hand, standing over the dead body.
I was scared half to death, me. So I ran off to find a copper. She's kind of cute,
Okay.
but scary.
Yeah, that's sort of the mix you get.
Yeah, you can't pick your
very
witnesses.
Like flowery fire.
Yeah, fireworks. You know how they be.
Fireworks?
Fireworks. If these witnesses were there the whole day and saw everything, who did they see going inside the building? Only the victim, Inspector Gregson, and the accused, Baroque Van Zeeks.
Need pictures of that Reaper in the paper. I know what he looks like. Just between us, folks love stories like this. I've made myself a tidy sum already.
But wait, the room was just one of several flats in the building. Someone from another flat could have done it. All those flats on Fresno Street are unoccupied.
Of course they are. They're small, damp, dirty, and expensive to boot.
The room in which the inspector was found is the only property in the building that's currently leased. And we know the leaseholder's name, don't we? It's Hugh Boone. The testimony the court has just heard would appear to leave little room for doubt. It's becoming increasingly difficult to see how anyone other than the defendant could have committed the crime. No. Well, thank you for your candor, my lord. Counsel for the defense, you may proceed to cross-examine the witnesses, and maybe the prosecution won't interrupt this time. Yes, my lord. In a closed court like this, without a jury, the judge is the only person whose opinion matters. I have to break down this testimony. Somehow. We can do it! We can do it! The cross-examination!
Be looking.
Alright. Okay. Sorry, I keep yawning. Oh my god! When you say they, who do you mean exactly? Inspector Gregson and the defendant, Lord Van Zeeks?
Suppose so. The likes of us don't know the names of the high and mighty.
Okay, my dude.
But I'll tell you one thing. It was the old Reaper that went in last. That's for sure and certain.
Just behind Inspector Gregson. Did they arrive at the same time as each other?
No, not at all. The first fella must have gone inside a good 15 minutes before we heard that gunshot.
The victim arrived 15 minutes before. Are you sure about that?
Am I sure? Am I sure? Doesn't seem likely that I've forgotten a fellow with bright red hair like that, does it?
Aha. Okay. Yeah, is there really wear red, weren't it? Redder than my flaming fireworks, even?
That fiery red moth still burnt on the inside of my eyelids, it is.
Wait a minute. You're saying the man was a redhead?
Weren't you listening, chum? He was a redhead. And he had a big trunk with him as well.
But Inspector Gregson's hair isn't red. Not by any stretch of the imagination. It seems likely the person you saw wasn't, in fact, Inspector Gregson at all, but some other third party. No, I hate to break it to you, but the witnesses are correct. What? Just have a look at this photograph of the victim taken at the scene. Yes, that's Inspector Gregson, all right. And a red hairpiece. Ah, of course. We saw it on the floor when we investigated the scene, didn't we? I still refuse to believe Inspector Gregson wore a hairpiece, though. So then why on earth would he have been wearing something like that? The color does seem to suit the man, one might say. What is this even? This is the wackiest freaking trial. The photograph will be submitted as evidence, please, counsel.
This trial is too wacky for how serious it is.
Yeah, right? And
Maybe we just need the reprieve.
Yeah, they're like, hey, this is about to get a lot worse. So just like enjoy your freedom while you still can.
Savor it before the real stuff goes down.
We're going down. And what became of the trunk that the red-headed victim was supposedly carrying? I was informed that no trunk was found at the scene. so it just disappeared.
What, do you expect us to have been watching the building every second, do you?
You just said you were! We definitely saw him in the dock going in, though. No question about that. Hold it. By which, presumably you mean the gunshot. I sell these little things, don't I? How would I know what a gunshot sounds like? But I've always thought it probably sounds a bit like this, doesn't it? And you say that you heard the noise almost as soon as you saw the defendant here enter the building. That's right. It was almost straight away. Bang, it went, just like that.
Well, he's the Reaper, ain't he? That's what the French call darn it.
Damn, they're getting us with the vocabulary today.
Gossip, what are you doing to me?
I didn't know you knew French, my dude.
It's what the French call a fait accompli. When the Reaper's around, people are going in the ground. I mean, that's what he does, isn't it?
An accomplished, presumably irreversible deed or fact.
Okay.
So like,
Sure.
Just a thing, the truth,
Okay.
unavoidable.
Unavoidable. I think we get the message.
You know French, you do.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm
The
sad
Reaper-
Pianui got banned. We really needed
I
him.
know, we needed him for that one. Sorry, Pianui. Shout out to Pianui.
Shout out to Pianui when he watches this VOD in like a month or
Shout
three.
out Pianui. I'm sorry. Yes. The Reaper couldn't allow the inspector to live after he'd discovered his secret hideout. There can be no clearer motive for the crime. You just made that up, Cosmo. Yes. It's certainly an eminently credible motive. Great. Yeah. And at that point, you ran inside. Is that correct? Join us in following Pianui. Thank you, whoever did that shout out.
You're welcome.
Hold it. So when Gossip ran to see what had happened, did you go too?
Well, me, I'm a bit happy. All the signs in that I can move well at all.
You were away behind, presumably, with that sandwich board around your neck and that big sign in your hand.
Why does he have those, by the way?
Advertisement.
Or he doesn't.
He listens. That's monetary advice. Ask a therapist. Like,
Okay, but is somebody paying him?
he thinks so. He's trying.
He thinks so.
He's trying. What a great burden you bear. Pardon me for asking, Mr. Sandwich, but is it possible you and I have met before? Uh-oh.
Not anybody, me. The signs are what make me who I am now. I signed, therefore I am.
I'm starting to feel kind of bad for this guy. He's kind of...
Yeah,
He kind of... on the down and outs there.
Some hard times.
Yeah. So, you weren't employed as an omnibus driver just under a year ago, then? I think that's a yes. I might be mistaken, but I believe his trembling has intensified, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, I agree. He's clearly been through a lot.
Turn down King Henry Street, and the Black Widower's Arms is just there.
Oh dear. You've made him hide behind his sign. Life is full of surprises. Okay. So then, you were the first person to arrive on the scene. Is that right?
I was. Kicked the door open like a professional, I did, and yelled out, "What's going off here?"
Lord Van Zeeks claims all he heard was a man scream, though. And was it dark inside the room?
No, not dark at all. There were candles burning on the wall.
Really?
And there was a fella collapsed on the floor. Just between us, it's the first thing I noticed when I got inside.
I see. Even though Lord Van Zeeks claims not to have seen any such lights on the wall.
The next thing I noticed was someone standing right beside the body.
The accused, Barak Van Zeeks.
That's right, the pale-faced Reaper himself.
Okay, sure.
I was a little shocked, I won't deny it, but I'm no lily-livered coward. I stood my ground and gave that Reaper a cold, hard stare myself.
Do you have something you would like to add, sir?
Beppo?
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 Would you like a warm tea?
Do you have something to add, Mr. Sandwich? I can't take this seriously. Great.
There's really nothing to me. Empty in the head I am, just two slices with no middle. So I don't know what you could want with me.
I think that maybe you just remembered something. Having heard Mr. Gossip's last statement, I mean.
What I think is, we're all nothings, really. We try to dress ourselves up as something else, but at the end of the day, we're all just street sellers.
That's enough out of you, Sandwich. Keep your trap shut now. Unless you want us to make you into a real sandwich.
Come on, dude. Calm down.
When he saw the Reaper, he fell clean over on his backside.
That's it.
Oh, you rotten beggar. I told you to keep that a secret.
No!
He screamed, he did. Screamed and scrambled off on all fours. That's all I wanted to say.
Mr. Gossip, is this true?
The floor was dead slippery, that's why. Landed my hands in a filthy pool of blood, didn't I? Yuck.
What? A pool of blood?
But listen here. Even when I was sprawled on the floor, I still kept giving that Reaper a cold, hard stare. And don't you forget it.
Let's just go back a little. Did you say you got blood on your hand?
I did. It happens to the best of us at times, doesn't it? So I was scared. So I slipped over. But we can keep it just between us, can't we?
No, Mr. Gossip. I'm going to have to ask you to add that information to your formal testimony.
Do you think Gossip's tendency to want, like, things to be just between us is why this is a close court?
Maybe so.
It was an agreement to get him to testify.
Maybe so.
Genius.
Oh, if I must.
The witness will amend his testimony to include the aforementioned details at once. You mad about it, Cosmo?
I slipped over and got blood on my hands, so I quickly wiped it off on the floor.
Interesting. Tell me more about that. You wiped your hand on the floor?
Well, who wants blood on his hand, eh? Horrible stuff. They might have thought I'd done it. No time.
And you didn't think that might be a problem?
Does it really matter if I left a few grubby handprints on the floor? They'll get cleaned up in the end, won't they? Don't make such a fuss. That's the message from all of us.
Uh-huh.
Look at him
Uh-huh.
reviewing the notes.
Is something wrong, Counsel? No, my lord. I didn't remember anything in the report about a bloody handprint on the floor. That's all.
Don't come at me with all that. You can't intimidate me. I know what I did. I wiped it off. On the floor. The blood.
I wonder, could that be what happened? Mr. Naruhodo? I don't have all the answers yet, but I think we may have just uncovered a vital clue. God, back to the... Okay, cool. Hold it! So you didn't run into the room with your friends? I'm not that sort of girl. Sorry.
I'm also confused.
I'm a timid little thing, me. I was too scared to go in there. Ah, right. I see. Old Lippy and the witch ran in there, and then I heard a sort of old lady scream.
Old Lippy and the Witch. Great, like, double title. The Witch.
Of the witch.
The Witch. Sorry.
I like it.
Well, that wasn't me, I swear. If I were a gentleman, I'd shake my honor on it. I
don't know why I said shake.
That's fine.
I'd stake my honor on it.
It was the firecrackers that got you.
They got me.
I wondered what on earth was going on. Which is when you went to find a policeman. And I ran into a copper as soon as I turned the corner. So I brought him straight back to the place. Didn't I do well, eh?
It's between us. The copper's eye nearly popped out of his head when he saw the Reaper.
I've never felt more uncomfortable in all my life.
I'm not sure that's true.
It's close.
And the defendant was arrested on the spot, I believe. Considering the catalog of killings the Reaper had carried out, it was a particularly inauspicious end. If I can't find any holes in this testimony, I'm afraid the judge will give a ruling of guilty, Mr. Naruhodo. The truth is, though, their combined testimony is fairly damning. Unfortunately, there don't seem to be any obvious problems with their statements, do there? Still, if Lord Van Zeeks really is innocent, then I'm almost certain that we'll find something in there that doesn't quite add up. You don't think that one of these three could be the true culprit, do you? I don't know. But what I do know is that there's more to this case that has yet to be brought to light. Time to show some evidence. Okay. Let's look at our evidence. We're not going to present anything yet, but let's look at and see what we got. Okay, so we've got the armband, the Redheaded League article, the photograph of Mr. Vigil, nothing. This is useless, right? Yeah, this is kind of useless. It's probably best to avoid handling it. Let's examine it again. Did it have any blood on it or anything? Oh.
That's just looking like a gun to me.
Oh, I think this is new dialogue. Okay.
Ooh.
I was told that for the past 5 years they've been engraved with a unique serial number. Oh, but as far as I can tell, there's nothing like that on this gun. Which tells us that it must have been issued longer ago than that. Interesting. That didn't update anything, but okay. That's all you got for me on this gun?
I think revolvers are like a fun concept of like, how do we get a bullet out and another bullet in to shoot another bullet? And their solution was just make a spinny thing.
Additional
Like
bullet.
it's a little whimsical if you think about it.
The key for the trunk, I wonder? The weird trunk that was seen being brought in? Maybe. Examine the wig. The wig hasn't told us anything.
Red.
It's red, that's all we know. Candelabras are worst enemy. Okay. Don't do it. Intrusive thoughts. Don't let them win. Have you had an idea, Mr. Naruhodo? You're staring at the end of the string of fireworks. Sorry, it's just that it's the Venus special. I was wondering what 600 pence worth of fireworks would sound like. Is this just... Shall we find out?
This is a bad plan.
What? But she said it could blow up the courtroom. Alright, that was a fairly sizable bang. My ears are still ringing, Mr. Naruhodo. It sounded almost exactly like... a gunshot! Buddy! Alright. That's helpful information. Let's look at this picture. There's no handprints in the blood, but that doesn't mean much. And that's it. So the potential things we have are there's a bloody handprint on the back of the board thing, but like how could it have gotten to the back of the board? And then unless maybe the board fell over. I don't know.
And then it was the floor.
And then it was the floor.
It went from a notice board to a floorboard.
Yes. He wasn't looking at it. He just scrambled out of there. I think we should present the firecrackers to her, right? Because it sounds like a gun. I'm trying to think of what else we can do. Wait!
What?
Why would she be scared of it if it just sounds like the firecrackers and she's not scared of the firecrackers? Just
There was a corpse?
she didn't go in. We discussed this. She didn't go in. She said, "Oh, I'm not that kind of girl," and she ran off.
I think she ran off at Gossip screaming. Because she mentioned Gossip screaming, and Gossip was like, well, that wasn't me. Because you said it sounded like an old woman, and you're being very impolite to me right now.
But she said she heard it, like, come from inside. So I'm not sure she actually went in the room.
Okay, but she didn't go into the room because she was scared.
Yeah,
So she went to get a cop because she was scared. Makes sense.
I guess. So the only thing I can think of is the firecrackers. What else we got? What do you think?
I'm thinking the floorboard theory.
The floorboard? The board floor?
Yeah.
Present the board floor to him and see what
It's
happens?
like even Cosimo was like, wait a minute, what blood handprint? What?
Yeah. Okay.
He's very confused.
Let's try that.
And
Why-
if
why
Kazuma's
not?
confused, we gotta trust that he wouldn't be confused for no reason. I'm
Yeah.
trusting Kazuma on this.
Don't trust the prosecution. They're our enemy.
But it's
That's our
Kazuma,
enemy.
he's
That's
like
our
that,
enemy.
He's our frenemy.
Our frenemy. Okay. So you wiped off the blood from your hand on the floor of the room. Are you quite sure about that?
Well, what else? Well, what else do you expect me to have done, eh? Does it really matter?
Objection.
Oh, hello, Kazuma. The police found no such handprint on the floor during their investigations. What exactly is the defense asserting? Oh, we're objectioning. If you listen, you'll find out, Prosecutor Asogi. Ooh, it's got a little spicy. Get a little spicy up in here. Certainly there was no bloody handprint found on the floor. What are you trying to say? There was a handprint in blood left very clearly at the scene. On the back of this notice board. Ah, yes, indeed. Indisputably a handprint and the distinctive color of blood.
Hey, you're dead right. That's me right hand. I'd know it anywhere.
Objection.
Go ahead, Kazuma. Object all you want. The witness very definitely testified that he wiped his hand on the floor. Any handprints on the back of the board are irrelevant.
Objection.
Objection! Not if the board itself had fallen over. I am so good at this! Not if the board itself had fallen over onto the floor. In that case, it's quite possible for the witness's handprint to have ended up there. Just look at the floor plan of the room. The notice board was in the opposite corner of the room to the victim, and in an upright position. Even if it had somehow been toppled, it was lying on the floor at the time. It would have been a considerable distance from the body.
Fell over when I came across the body. So I was basically right next to the corpse, on the other side of the room.
In other words, the defense's assertion is contradictory. Yes, it is. There's a very definite contradiction here, for which there must be a reason. I take it that you've formulated a proper hypothesis, counsel. Regarding this apparent discrepancy between the witness's account and the handprint found at the scene. I have, my lord. Please don't make me just say what it is. Please, God, why do you hate me? There is no God. Okay, there's not another handprint. Maybe the board didn't move. False testimony? Because there's no logical way the board would have really moved that quickly if he was that far away from it, too. So I'm going to say false testimony, right? Is that
What do you
ring
mean
true?
by it couldn't move quickly? Like,
I mean, like, if it's back upright, like, right afterwards. Who set it back up? Maybe he set it back up. I don't know. There's not another handprint, so we know it's not that one.
mm-hmm.
The thing is, if the board Excuse me. If the board moved, he was giving false testimony to begin with.
But the handprint is real.
Yeah, but how did it get there? Is he lying about how it didn't get there? Like, you know?
If the board never moved,
Mm-hmm.
how did it get? How did his hand get from pool of blood to back of board in corner of room?
Him lying right now about his testimony.
What if he's not lying? There's like 3 people here. Any one of them could have tampered with the scene. Doesn't have to be him lying.
So you think it's somebody else's handprint?
No, I think it's his handprint. I just think.
So you think I was onto something with the board moving?
What?
You think I was onto something with the board moving?
I think so.
Okay. I'll go with it, but if I miss, I'm gonna kick your butt. The real contradiction here is the handprint itself, not where it was found. As the court can see, it's upside down. Oh yeah, it is upside down. That's a good point. So the board must have been on its surface, face, on the floor. Okay, that's logical.
I didn't even think of that.
Good gracious, so it is. If the witness had put his hand against the board, the fingers should be pointing upwards. What does that tell us? It tells one simple fact. When this handprint was made, the board must have been lying on the floor, as I previously suggested. Which means that after the incident, it must have been moved. What? Yeah, get indignant, Kazuma. Object all you want. Did you notice that the buttons on his sleeve cuff are the lawyer pin?
I don't think I did.
I think they're the lawyer pin.
Ooh.
I've seen too many J-dramas about lawyers.
I want to see a J-drama about lawyers.
Oh, there's some pretty good ones out there. You're claiming that somebody moved the notice board after the shooting. Then tell the court who. God damn it. I don't know that yet, but the point is, when you consider all the testimony we've heard so far, we can now be very clear on one point. And that would be the position of the notice board at the time of the incident, my lord. So, counsel, I must ask you to clarify your assertion for the court. Where was the notice board at the time of the incident? God, it had to have been by the body. It had to have been blocking the view of the body and the candles. Because that would be why Van Zieks didn't see them.
That makes excessive amounts of sense.
It does.
Gotta pay taxes on that.
I'm sorry. So, like, if he just walks in and all he sees is this and the notice board, but he was not facing this way, he was facing this way, so it would have had to been like here?
Pretty much.
Here? Yeah.
That geometries.
Do I hit R to present? Is that what I hit?
I think so.
Yes.
Take that!
Take that. This is the only possible location. Oh, yeah, we're close. Cool. Immediately adjacent to the doorway. If the court would think back to the testimony given by the defendant earlier. He said that when he entered the room, it was dark and he couldn't see the body. If the notice board had been here, the body would have been completely hidden from view. And the light from the candles would have been blocked, making the room appear darker.
Objection.
Object all you want. But the accused also claims that the victim's body simply appeared before him. So the notice board got knocked over. Maybe that was what the bang was. With the firecrackers. That's true. Or, in his precise words,
Just as I picked the firearm up to examine it, the door flew open and I heard a man scream. It was only then that the body of Inspector Gregson appeared before me.
so the door hit the board and the board fell over?
Thus revealing the plot?
I guess so.
I don't know about calling it a scream, but he was talking about me and no mistake. Because it was me that kicked the door open.
If you look again at the floor plan, consider what would happen if the door to the room was thrown open with force. Ding. That can't. The door struck the notice board, knocking it over, and making the victim's body visible. Good gracious! My client has told nothing but the truth. He has simply described what he saw. Ugh. Yeah, take that. Or dar. Okay. Counsel, how has this not come to light before now? After the incident, somebody must have righted the board and moved it into the position where the police, myself, and my colleagues saw it when investigating the room. Somebody tampered with the crime scene. Witness, what have you to say for yourself?
What? Me, my lord?
You and your fellows were there at the scene before anybody else. It goes without saying that you must know something about the position of the notice board. The witnesses in the stand will testify again. You will each explain exactly what you did upon arriving at the scene of the crime.
Stop looking over your glasses at me. I got the message.
Okay.
I don't know anything about that there notice board. I just wiped my hand on it, that's all.
Well, don't look at me. I haven't got a clue about it. I was doing business with some second years at the time.
I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. Just a sign at the crossroads of life.
Sure.
It was that Reaper, I bet. He's got a face that screams bored.
Sure. Whatever that means.
I can't see how this changes anything anyway. The detective still died when he heard the gunshot.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that out loud. So none of you can elaborate further. Shaken by the crime they witnessed, and with only the light of a few candles and an oil lamp by which to see. We can't expect these witnesses to be able to give a more precise account of what happened. That's right, yeah. And it don't pay to expect too much.
It's man's endless quest for knowledge that's destroying the world. That's what I think.
Rude.
Do you really? In any case, as this testimony shows, even if the notice board was moved by somebody following the incident, it makes no difference. When the gunshot rang out, the accused was the only person at the scene. In short, the only person who could possibly have committed this crime is Barak van Zieks. None of this wrangling over the board changes that simple fact. Quite so, quite so. Does the defense still wish to cross-examine the witnesses, despite the circumstances?
Yes?
Yes? Of course we do.
Alright.
Most certainly, my lord. Ding. Very well, then you may proceed, counsel. Alright. Here we go. Oh, I gotta wrap up soon enough, but we'll make it through this cross-examination first.
Yeah.
So you admit that it was the board you wiped your bloody hand on?
Admit it? What's to admit? It's that plain as day for all to see. A smashing print of my right hand.
Perhaps you wanted to hide that handprint. So you righted the notice board and pushed it into the corner, did you?
No, no. Imagine the weight of that great lump. Do I look like a powerful and well-nurtured man?
Well, did you see anybody else moving the board?
I've got nerves of steel, I can't tell you, but even I have my limits. There was a body on the floor in front of me, and the Grim Reaper himself standing over it. And there was precious little light inside either. My bottom lip was all a quiver.
In other words, this witness is unable to give definite testimony on that point. Yes. So it would seem.
Hold it!
When you say you were doing business with them, you mean you were selling them fireworks? Yeah, what else? There's a priory school just around the corner, see? Those cheeky little so-and-sos have got a plan to blow their school to kingdom come. Ah. Yeah, me too, buddy. So I've been telling on them, letting their teachers know what they're up to. Wow. Oh, you have? Yeah, wouldn't want anyone to get hurt, so I let the school know the kids are playing with dodgy toys. Then, praise the Lord, the teachers take all the fireworks off them. And then, praise the Lord again, the kids all come back to me to buy more. Everyone's happy, see?
What a racket.
Yep, exactly. What a racket.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Of course, and sometimes the teachers give me a little bonus to thank me for letting them know. It's a busy old life selling explosives.
I'm sorry.
This girl's nuts. Venus is a guileful goddess indeed. Okay, weirdo. Well, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing, really. I'm ever so good at it. Uh-oh. We got another comment from the peanut gallery.
The sandwich gallery.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Something wrong, Mr. Sandwich. I just can't take him seriously.
If I said it was, could we just leave it at that? Would that be the end of it?
No. Did Miss Venus's statement just now bring something to mind, perhaps?
Philosophical thoughts. Deep philosophical thoughts. Let's say there was a great liar. And that great liar said, without batting an eye, telling barefaced lies is kind of my thing. I'm ever so good at it. Would those words of hers be a lie too, or the truth? In which case, she's not a liar. Oh, it's a hellish paradox, that one. Don't you think?
This is the most useless trial in the history of trials. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. But it seems to me you're suggesting Miss Venus has been lying. Are you? What are you on about, old man? Trying to cause trouble, are you?
Troubling.
Sorry, I got like a spam notification. I was just checking it real quick. Keep on like that. And I'll wrap your whole body in firecrackers and set them off. That'll give you something to tremble about. You have a startlingly disturbing mind behind that sweet and innocent face, young lady. Why are all the women in this game, like, kind of messed up? Except for Susato? And Iris. But Iris is a kid, so maybe she doesn't count. She's not corrupted by society yet. So Miss Venus has lied in her testimony. Is that what you're saying, Mr. Sandwich? Out with it.
Well, if it means I'll be burned in hellfire for the rest of my days, so be it. Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Can you elaborate, please, sir? Protect Mr. Sandwich at all costs.
Beppo. Old Blabbermouth here headed for the room where the gunshot seemed to come from. But there was someone else who crept up the stairs behind him, too. That's right. That rotten liar over there.
Do you mean to say that you did, in fact, betake yourself to the scene of the crime after all? That's a perfect time for an ad break, actually.
Yeah. Wait for the match to burn out.
Perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Good stuff.
Ideal, really.
How you doing?
I'm okay. I'm just kind of eepy, but it's okay. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I had to go back into the archives and figure out what voice I gave Beppo. So that
Oh,
I would be ready to
no.
voice Beppo today.
Oh no.
I knew it was coming. I knew Sandwich was about to be on the menu. I had to get ready.
Oh. You're well prepared as opposed to me who just yellows it every time and just, you know, changes it and gets it wrong. That's fine.
I mean, I try, but I definitely feel like my voices for characters drift over time, and I feel bad about that because the big thing I worry about myself is my inconsistency.
Nah. It's just for fun.
It is just for fun, but I want to take fun seriously.
That's fair. I think you're doing fine. I'm not worried.
Thank you.
Yes, it is Eepy hours. I'm Eepy. I get to eep soon. Actually, I get to pack soon, then I get to eep. Either I eep now and I pack in the morning, or I pack now and I eep a little bit later. I have to get up early no matter what, but still. I don't like it. Blech. Maybe I'll get up at like 7. If I get to bed by 11, I can get up at 7. It's only 9:15. Ads almost over. 30 seconds. Yay. I'm gonna drink some more water. Yeah.
Ooh.
Much to the shock of everyone who knows me, I have ice water today. I never put ice in my water, like hardly ever, because I don't like it. I don't know why I don't like it. It sounded refreshing, so I did it. And
is it refreshing you?
Yeah, it's pretty refreshing, honestly. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty refreshing. Nice and brisk, you know? Nice and cold. My foot is numb. I'll tell you guys, this is a funny story. So I fell down several weeks ago. I believe I mentioned this on stream that several weeks ago I fell on my face a bit. And ever since then, I had this problem a little bit before it, but ever since I fell, I've had this consistent problem with my foot swelling really horrifically if I sit still for too long. I can feel how big. Oh, it's huge. I just looked down. I'm never looking down at my foot again. Anyway, it's just on the leg where I fell and got hurt. It's funny. It feels weird. It feels tingly. What did I tell you, eh? I said I was good at telling bare-faced lies, didn't I? Yes, you mentioned it. Well, that revelation rocked the whole courtroom, didn't it? Who knew firecrackers packed such a punch? We're so having the worst day of our lives. It's fine. So you did indeed visit the scene of the crime, did you, young lady? Good grief. Well, now you come to mention it. I suppose, perhaps, I do clearly remember climbing the stairs to the room. Yeah. Either you clearly remember it or you don't. Well, I shall consider a fitting punishment for this perjurious act later. For the time being, you will immediately amend your testimony to reflect the truth. Thanks, Beppo. Oh, yes, my lord. Of course. That's going to make her more southern the longer I go on. It's more fun that way. Maybe I did sneak along behind gossip and have a little peek into the room where it all happened. She's southern now.
Hold it!
Makes sense.
Yeah. You make a habit. Talking is hard. You make a habit of lying, do you, Miss Venus? Well, I suppose so. I don't really know, to be fair. If you want my advice, though, I take everything I say with a big pinch of salt. All right. But you did, in fact, go to the room where the victim was killed on the day in question, didn't you? Oh, please. As if I would. I can't think of anything more terrifying. The truth, please. Well, all right. Just a bit, then. I mean, a girl my age is curious about stuff, you know? Thank you, Francisca Von Karma, for the hydrate. I hope you like spoilers, because we are knee deep in it.
We are deep into the weeds.
I am hydrated. Thank you very much. Did you touch anything at the scene? Oh, please, as if I would. I mean, there was a dead body on the floor. The truth, please.
I love this bit.
Well, all right, just a bit then. And I'll look to see if there's anything I could sell. Wow. Who's the Waluigi-looking guy on the right? He might be Waluigi.
He sells little tidbits for the people of the street.
But sometimes it's titbits, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm like 5 years old, it's fine. So I did give the place a once-over, but it was nothing to write home about.
Just between you and me, there's a couple on Slate Street that just had twins.
Yeah, they just had twins.
Now we gotta spread it because it's gossip. We gotta do the
gossip.
spreading part.
Yeah.
That's the important part. So now you know. Go tell
Now you
people.
know. Right. Now, I hesitate to ask, but you didn't move the notice board by any chance, did you? Oh, please. As if I would touch anything like that. Just a few bits of loose change is all I had. And they were parents. The truth, please.
Rule of 3.
Well, all right then. I thought there might be something worth having underneath it. So blasted the flippin' thing. Sorry, I flipped the blasted thing. You're telling us that you did move that board? I think that did slip out, didn't it?
What? You daft bomb pot?
A barn paw. That's a great word.
That's a good insult.
That's a good word.
I'm looking that one up immediately.
I'm not sure we want to know.
The
Do we want to know?
in Northern England formal derogatory, an idiot, an objectionable, and foolish person. They're calling them a dimwit.
A dimwit. Okay.
Alternate forms, Bampot or Bam.
Ah, interesting.
Scotlander is Bampot without the R.
Nice.
However, this term is often used affectionately among close friends. So, I guess if you call someone like a goofball, but like affectionately, it can be done
That's
so.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
And any insult can become affectionate among friends.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. The girl doesn't think.
So, did you find anything then? Something that you might have taken, perhaps, to sell? Oh, please! I should be so lucky. Oh, God. Poor Kazuma is just losing it. The truth! Now! I might have found this old pocket watch under the notice board, I suppose. But a bit of junk like this can't be worth much if you ask.
This is Gina.
Ah! Hi, Gina. So it was you, was it? You're the one who took it. Gina? Gina, this is a close trial. Young lady, may I remind you where you are? That watch there. That was a present to Inspector Gregson from the yard for a big case he solved 10 years ago. The professor case, no doubt. Boss used to wind it up every evening without fail, when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub. I see. I swiped it off at once, and blimey was he upset. It gave me a right earful. Said he ain't missed a day in the last 10 years polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch did. Possibly not the best thing to go diving for, then. It's not all that, though. I took it to Jabez that night, asked how much it was worth, but the old dealer wouldn't touch it. Wouldn't give me a penny for it. Said it wasn't working. Knocked about and worthless, he called it. Ugh! I knew I should have lifted it. Gina, why'd you just bust in here? You're gonna you're gonna give Kazuma like an aneurysm, guys. That watch must be submitted as evidence at once. Oh, please, just so long as you promise to give it back when we're done. Not a chance! I'll swipe it from you if you try to get your grubby mitts on it again. That's enough. Hand the watch to the bailiff forthwith. Now, children, watch your manners. This whole trial has been nothing but a circus. Why is this so goofy when it's so serious? Kill me. God. Good Lord. The glass appears to be broken. More than likely it shattered when the inspector was shot. It doesn't tick anymore either. Which is why Jabez didn't want it. What a waste, eh? Yes, indeed. It appears to have stopped at the hour of 5. There's no time of death on the autopsy report. How about that? Exactly when the gunshot was heard then. Which supports the prosecution's claim, of course. Okay. Well, it would appear that the mystery of the moving notice board has been solved at least. Thanks, Beppo. And as predicted, it had very little bearing on the case. Ugh. You tried. Now then, continue with your cross-examination, please, counsel. We just started it. Ah!
Hold it!
Tell us something, anything. But you did go to see what had happened in the room, didn't you?
Fresno Street is my whole world. It's all I know, and I know all of it. I have to make it my business to know if I want to hold my sign up high.
So you did go to see what had happened.
It's not the destination that's important.
Oh
It's
my
how you get
gosh.
there, isn't it?
It's the journey, guys.
I
Did you-
journeyed to that room.
Right? Did you notice the notice board in the room?
If you think about it, we're both in the same species, aren't we? Both different members of the sign family.
What?
Homo signatus. So if I've spotted it, I might have tried to trip it out of a sense of rivalry, I admit.
Oh, he's a sibling of the notice board.
I see. Someone really needs to tell you that you're Homo sapiens, not Homo sinians. Does that mean that you didn't notice the board?
I can only repeat what I said before. Please don't. I don't know anything about anything. I'm just a bystander, me. Just a sign at the crossroads of life.
Cool. In which case, just who was responsible for moving the notice board? We already know. Sort of. Ugh. What exactly do you mean by that?
Oh, come on now. Don't tell us you've not noticed. He looks like he hates everything in the world, that fella. But not notice boards. They're the one thing he likes. You can see it in his eyes.
Wow. I can't say I'd ever noticed.
I'll tell you one thing for free, though. I never took my eyes off the man on the floor, or off the Reaper, not for a second.
You can't look at two things at once.
He's got two eyes.
Sure. Sorry?
Well, I was that scared, I couldn't. You never know what a fiend like that might do if you look away, do you?
If you didn't take your eyes off the defendant, you should be able to confirm categorically whether or not he was the one who moved the notice board. Uh-huh.
That I can. The Reaper did nothing of the sort. I can swear to that. I couldn't have missed it. If he'd have the thing upright again and dragged it into the corner. I couldn't have missed it if he heaved the thing upright again and dragged it into the corner.
Right. Glad we've cleared that up. What happened to the face that screams bored? I feel your pain, Kazuma.
Hold it!
Here we go. This will be the one. It was 5 o'clock in the afternoon that you all heard the loud bang, wasn't it?
Maybe the notice board fell over, or maybe it didn't. Maybe I fell over, or maybe I didn't. But the Reaper's fate is sealed either way because of that gunshot we all heard. So your fate's sealed too.
Wow.
It's kind of laminated in a sense, like this sign.
My fate? That's right. the defense is fated to lose. Okay, Kazuma, don't cut yourself on that edge, buddy. And the prosecution to win.
He's got 2 swords now. He's like 40% edge.
That's true. In other words, it all hinges on that single gunshot. So if I could just find some problem with that part of their story, it may be possible to change all our fates.
Of course, none of that changes the fact that I heard what I heard, does it?
Not much to go on. As you've pointed out, Mr. Naruhodo, there's no question that the notice board was moved, so somebody must have done it. But it did happen after the event, so maybe Kazuma is right and it's not relevant to the case. But it seems to have been deliberately positioned so as to hide the body from view. So I feel sure that there's some deeper significance to all of this. Yes, I know what you mean. I've no doubt there are more clues to be uncovered. You're on the right track. I can feel it. So follow your instincts. All right, then. Okay. Nothing I can present to that, I don't think. I don't think I have much to say to that either. You're useless. The only thing I can think of is the firecrackers again, but I'm like...
We got a new evidence.
We do got a new evidence. Let's go look at it.
Gotta look at the new evidence. It's
The
new.
clock.
It was like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, except it doesn't. It's too small.
Okay. The glass over the face is really badly cracked. Look. What a shame when the inspector clearly looked after it so carefully. I imagine Mr. Sholmes could repair it, don't you? Yes, I should think so. He's very adept at things like this. A useful man to have around, in fact. But kindly remember that he's a great detective, Mr. Naruhodo, not an odd job man. That was useless. Cool. Wait, we can look at the top where you wind it. There's a tiny little stub sticking out from this small hole here. Look. I suppose there must have been a little knob or something on that for setting the time. In that case, seeing as we know the inspector took such good care of this watch, it probably broke when the incident occurred, didn't it? Yes, of course. Which could mean that there's a small part of the watch still at the scene, maybe. Interesting. And this is probably where that key goes.
Oh.
Ah, there's a tiny little keyhole here. Can you see? Oh yes, that's probably for the winder used to wind up the mechanism. It looks a little unusual, don't you think? Yes, you'd need just the right key to wind it, I imagine. Why do I feel as though I've seen something? Something a bit like a key that's about the right size to fit in this hole. It would be wonderful if we had the key. Let's check carefully over what we've already found. Well, that's not obvious. Okay, and there's nothing else to see here. Back. So that's you. I can examine it again. Wow. Now we can examine it again! Mr. Sato, Do you think perhaps this key could be the key for Inspector Gregson's watch? Oh, yes, it could be. Let's try it at once. There's not a moment to lose. Click. I knew it. A perfect fit. And look! The inspector's watch has started going again. Ah, so it has obviously just not been wound up, that's all. What is it, Miss Susato? Well, if the watch isn't actually broken after all, I have a feeling it could have profound implications. Like the time of death. It's fine. She's deep in thought now. Perhaps I better start thinking deeply too. Out loud. Think out loud. So the watch wasn't wound when she picked it up. I'm trying to think of how to fit this in because I feel like it means he had been dead long enough that it needed to be wound again.
Which means he would have been dead long before the gunshot, air quotes.
Yeah. So I can present this? Maybe?
I think so.
Objection.
Good call. I'm afraid that's not necessarily the case.
Oh,
At the scene, we found this key to the winder of the inspector's pocket watch. A key. And having wound the pocket watch, we discovered that it in fact still works. You see, the watch didn't stop because it was broken at all. And that fact completely undermines one of the most fundamental premises on which this entire case has been built. What? Order! But counsel! The watch was stopped at almost exactly 5 o'clock. Yeah, which is just when we heard that gunshot.
It is. Exactly the hour.
The time that was showing on the watch tells us nothing other than when it wound down. It's merely a coincidence that it happened to be at 5 o'clock.
Objection.
Even if that's true, the 3 witnesses here all heard the gunshot at 5 o'clock. So that's obviously when this crime was committed.
Objection.
No, that doesn't hold. Why not? Recall what Inspector Lestrade said only moments ago. The boss used to wind it up every evening without fail when he was waiting for his grub to come at the pub. Said he hadn't missed a day in the last 10 years polishing it and winding it. It meant the world to him, that watch did. The victim was in the habit of winding his watch once a day, in the evening. We can reasonably assume, therefore, that he wound the timepiece on the evening before he died as well. Yes, that will be entirely reasonable. But if that's the case, you wouldn't expect the watch to have completely wound down by 5 o'clock the following day.
Oh, hi.
Well, how do you explain it then? In summary, the evening before the day of the incident, when the gunshot rang out in that room, the inspector was already unable to wind his watch. You can't mean. What would stop a man winding his watch if he's been in the habit of winding it every single evening for 10 years? The obvious answer is that he was already dead. They're quaking now! Counsel, that is a most extraordinary claim.
Objection.
Extraordinary isn't the word. It's absurd. You claim he was already dead the night before? Do you really think that Scotland Yard's coroner would have overlooked something like that?
Funny you should mention that.
Hey, remember what I commented on earlier, Cosmo? It's fine. On that subject, there is something rather surprising. There's actually an omission in the coroner's report. The time of death is not noted. That's right.
Wait a minute. You're forgetting that my legs went from under me when I kicked the door in.
What do you mean?
Like I said, I planted my hands in a dirty, great puddle of blood.
Yes. So the victim's blood hadn't dried. It was fresh.
He catches on fast, doesn't he?
Objection.
But that blood could be explained in any number of ways. It could have been put there afterwards. Some fresh blood could have been poured over the victim's body. Oh, come on. Don't call me your learned friend. I'm gonna kick your ass. God. Does my learned friend think that fresh blood is available on every street corner? I'm gonna kill you, Cosmo, with my bare hands. You died once, you can die again. Well, it needn't necessarily have been human blood, of course. We've been told previously that Scotland Yard has no way to identify blood as human. The problem is currently being researched. At present, you are correct. It is beyond our abilities. So then, a chicken's blood could have been used, for example. It's certainly a possibility that it wasn't the inspector's blood at all.
Objection.
But the gunshot was heard at 5 o'clock that afternoon. That's beyond question. Is it though? What? Given that the time of death of the victim has already been called into question, it isn't beyond the realms of possibility that what these witnesses heard wasn't a gunshot at all. Oh, please, what are you trying to say?
I just know what we heard, and it was a loud bang that came from that there room.
Now you listen to me. A street seller is our livelihood.
I see you have the whip still.
Didn't have to turn it in.
I don't doubt your ears, sir, but all you can state with certainty is that you heard a noise.
Eh?
Explain yourself then, counsel. A noise that sounds like a gunshot could have been made with the freaking explosives. God, I hate this game sometimes.
Take that.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Something like this. The culprit could have set off one of these to fake a gunshot. Good gracious. The very fireworks that are sold by the witness? Now, hold on a minute. Are you saying I did it? My pretty little firecrackers only make a little pop anyway. Not 100 of them together. The Venus special that you sell for 600 pennies sounds like this. As the court can now attest, it sounds very much like a gunshot, in fact. You're trying to suggest that somebody set one of those fireworks off at the scene. I'm suggesting that somebody knew the defendant was in the room at 5 that day and sought to implicate him by creating a sound like a gunshot for these peddlers on Fresno Street to hear.
Objection.
but even the accused himself has testified that he saw no one else in the room at the time. Whether it was a gun or a firecracker, the only person present to cause that bang was Barak van Zieks. One whiff of a match and my firecrackers go pop. See? That's why people like them. I fear for your fingers, young lady.
Objection.
Recently, during my time here in Britain, I've learned of a very useful invention indeed. Something called a time bomb. Oh my god.
We're bringing it back.
We're bringing it back! Good heavens, a bomb! Yes, a device that allows you to blow up whatever you like, whenever you like. Mr. Naruhodo, I worry that your unfortunate phrasing there may lead to yet another international incident. Ah, no, wait. It's the whenever you like part that's important. A timed device. Yes, exactly. A timed device. Something of that nature could have been planted at the scene. A device that was able to produce the sound of a gunshot long after the culprit had left. Your extravagant claim will have to be substantiated with evidence, counsel. God freaking. What proof do you have to suggest in any way that a time device was employed to create the gunshot sound? Hear me out. It's the candles. Hear me out.
Is that all you wanted to be here about? Okay.
Yeah, hear me out. It's the candles.
Okay.
End
of hearing out.
Am I
Heard
on
you
to
out.
something? I feel like I'm on to something here. Because
Well-
maybe the firecracker was in the candle.
If there was no gunshot, how did candle break?
It had splodies on it.
It had it got explode installed in it.
It had it did not update to Windows 11 fast enough. Much like myself. Anyway, candles, right? I'm not crazy.
Candly.
Can't,
I
I'm,
don't think you're
I am
crazy.
so tired right now. I am like just shooting from the hip.
Working.
As the court had already discussed, the tip of one of the candles in this candelabrum has been blown off. Indeed, because it was struck by the bullet, which presumably passed through the victim. I don't think that's possible, my lord. Not possible? Why? Because of the scorching. There are gunpowder scorch marks clearly visible on the broken candle. There are. Goodness, yes. But is it not the case that there was also scorching on the victim around the bullet entry wound? That's right, there was. But as we heard earlier, scorching like that only occurs when the target is at very close range, a matter of centimeters from the gun. Ah! Which means that the scorching on the candle can't possibly be the result of a gunshot. I'm so good at this. You're suggesting it came from the fireworks?
Happy, eh?
The fact that there's such visible scorching on the candle suggests that the fireworks must have been right next to it when they exploded. Or, to put it another way, the candle and firecrackers were joined together. The culprit somehow attached the firecrackers at a point partway down the candle. After the killer had left the scene, the candle slowly burnt down along with the other two, until eventually it ignited the fuse of the firecrackers, generating a loud bang. And that is how these three witnesses came to believe they'd heard a gunshot at 5 o'clock. Well, What a plot! And this implies that the victim could have died earlier than we've been led to believe. The previous day, even.
Now, just hold your horses. All us audience saw the victim going into the building, remember?
You saw a guy with a red wig. That's all you saw.
I couldn't forget that flame-colored hair, even if I wanted to.
Are we gonna have to present the wig too? Great. The person you saw entering the building wasn't the victim at all. Oh, thank God I don't have to present it. They're just gonna do it for me. Thank you. Consider this.
Ah!
Obviously, anybody can wear a wig. So the person that these witnesses saw entering the building 15 minutes before the incident occurred could easily have been someone else entirely wearing the red hairpiece. Someone else? Do you mean to say? It was the same person who contrived the firecracker trick. In other words, Inspector Gregson's killer. Dramatic.
I think this is Kazuma.
I'm gonna scream. Oh, very impressive, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Kazuma? I'm really quite amazed you've come this far. But after all, wasn't I the one who told you that you had all the makings of a great defense lawyer? He was goading you this whole time. I also noted the lack of a time of death in this report. A stark omission. But as far as I'm concerned, this whole country's justice system leaves a lot to be desired.
Oh,
Damn!
he's losing so he can be counter-racist.
Prosecutor Asogi, what on earth do you mean by that statement? I hear that many of the leading members of Britain's judiciary are present to observe this trial today. So we cannot allow even the slightest doubt to be overlooked. The defense's assertion about the time of death based on the victim's stopped watch is just conjecture. But, while the possibility exists that my learned friend may be correct, we have a duty to explore it. Well, certainly, I would agree with you. And what immediately comes to mind is, of course, what was Inspector Gregson doing, and where did he go on the day before the incident? Do you know? The inspector always carried out his investigative work alone. His movements were treated as confidential within Scotland Yard. Even within the yard! However, considering the evidence we've been presented with so far, I'd say it's fairly apparent what case the man was pursuing. Wouldn't you, my learned friend? I do have a feeling about what case he might have been investigating. Yes, I agree. Surely. My lord, the defense believes it can explain to the court I hate you. The case that was being investigated by Inspector Gregson at the time of his death. Very well, counsel. Present your argument to the court. What evidence is suggested of the case being investigated? Alright. The two things we saw in this room, right, are the notice board and the picture of Mrs. Vigil. Those are the two things that are related to cases.
Hold on, we also gotta remember that
it's very likely Gregson was not murdered that day because of the stopwatch. So it's possible his presence in the room is a separate thing.
Mm-hmm.
Question is, what did he have? What was he doing?
The wig. No. Yes? Maybe?
He was wearing it.
He was wearing it. You think it's the wig?
I think it's the wig.
Okay.
Take that!
He was Redhead Legan.
I believe this red hairpiece points to the answer. We might assume it was part of a disguise used to carry out an undercover investigation. Surely not. Such a brightly colored hairpiece would only serve to make the inspector more noticeable. Yes, that's quite true. It would definitely have made him stand out in a crowd. Except, that is, in a crowd of gentlemen from the Red-Headed League. The Red-Headed League? So, you'd already worked it out. What on earth is this all about? Is there such an extraordinary league of gentlemen? I can't say that. The Red-Headed League is currently under investigation for a grand deception. A deception of what nature, Council? They've been targeting red-headed men across all of London and tricking them out of small sums of money. 2 men were arrested for the misdemeanor only yesterday, in fact. My lord, the defense calls for those 2 men to be summoned at once. 2 redheads? Inspector Gregson clearly infiltrated the Red-Headed League using this hairpiece. So it's very likely that he had direct contact with those criminals. And it's quite possible that such contact led to more serious events. I concur that we cannot in good conscience leave this new avenue unexplored. Well done, Mr. Naruhodo. Well, it's another possible line of inquiry for us at least. The prosecution will make immediate arrangements for the charged men to appear. Bring these 2 Red-Headed League conspirators before me, Prosecutor Asogi. I cannot talk. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Sorry, guys. Blah. Ah, he's so handsome, though.
Junior.
At once, my lord.
Also, what'd you say?
I'm tired.
Okay, but like after that.
I said at once, my lord.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Because I was reading the line. Very good. We will have a 30-minute recess. Court is adjourned. Oh my god, is this
You
the
made
to be
it.
continued? I'm so exhausted.
You made it.
I
You
made
made
it. Yay! Made it. Yes, save my current progress, please. Okay. Back. I need to stretch big time, yo. I'm gonna stretch and then I'm gonna go lay face down in bed and wake up at 6 a.m. Alright. Back to title. Let's go. Don't say we just saved. Yes. We did it! Part 1 of the trial is complete. And we're gonna bring in probably some familiar faces. Some vaguely familiar faces. Yeah. Something.
And for that reason, I have prepared myself to voice both of them.
Oh. Exciting.
Hence my manipulations 2 streams ago.
All good. All good. All right. Well, I am out of here, guys, because I am tired. There's an egg on my head. I forgot there was an egg on my head.
I'm also here.
And an exception. Egg. Exception.
That is indeed a joke.
Egg.
That can be made.
Egg.
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 I'm just egg.
You're just egg.
I'm egg.
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 All right, guys.
Oh, it is me, new hit streamer Egg.
It's streamer from internet television.
Internet
Egg.
television streamer Egg.
Egg. E.g. egg. Alright, so off I go to Sneeps. I don't think I'm going to raid anybody. I think I'm just going to go collapse on the face down on the floor somewhere. But thank you guys for tuning in. I should be back next Monday, all things being equal. And I will, like the one seal video. What? Face
Egg.
down on the floor. I am Ascella. This is Eggception on top of my head.
Oh, it's me, Eggception.
And this
That's
has
good.
been
I fear that's gonna be a thing.
this has been the Great Ace Attorney Part 2, Case 4, Part Trial Part 1.
Engage face plant.
I am delirious. Goodbye.